Hey everybody, happy Monday to ya. It is Monday. Yes, it's Monday. Okay, so today is Dan and I's second wedding anniversary. Now the sad news about that is he actually had the second half of his class, it's like a mortgage class. He did this last Monday. So if you watched our video last Monday, you know that he was like out of class. Has to do that again today. It's the second half. It's mandatory. Long story short, we are separated for our anniversary. It's not a huge deal. We are really good about if you don't get to celebrate on the day of, you will celebrate at a later date. So I'm sure we'll go out to dinner or something like that this week. But I'm a little sad. I wish he was here. So I'm on my own for dinner. The kids are eating right now. They were starving when they got home from school, so I'm feeding them dinner really quick, and I'm gonna throw some pork chops in the oven for myself. What I'm doing is I am actually giving a little test run to something that got sent to me in the mail. It's a company called kbosh Foods, and they do these really awesome pizza crusts. They have cauliflower and kale and all sorts of awesome things in them. So I'm basically going to be making myself like a barbecue pork pizza for dinner. I'll definitely make one for Dan as well. I'm sure he'll want a snack when he gets home. But this is a super easy video, nothing crazy. I just wanted to pop in and say hi to you guys and give you a really quick and easy dinner idea. So the pork chops that we always buy from Aldi, they're boneless. And they're the ones that come really thinly cut, and they're about this big. I'm gonna show them to you. I love this cut of pork chops. I am not a huge bone-in pork chop fan. I really do prefer boneless pork, and I feel like these are really versatile and they cook really quickly in the oven, which I love. So I'm gonna hurry up and bake them in the oven, and then I'm gonna chop them up into pieces and use them to top the pizza. But let me show you what I'm using. And I hope, like I said, I hope it gives you a little bit of an idea for something different for dinner. Check out these pizza crusts. Okay, so these are the different pizza crusts that we got from kbosh. And some of them even have as low as 1 carb for almost the entire pizza. So I am pretty excited about these. This one is a Mexi cabbage pizza crust. This one is a kale pizza crust. This one is a zucchini pizza crust, and this one is a cauliflower. This is actually the one that I'm gonna eat for myself. Maybe I'll half and half it. I'm gonna cook the zucchini one and I'm gonna cook the cauliflower one. I will probably eat half of each and then save half of each for Dan. Now when these came to my door, it says to put them directly into the freezer, so that's what I did. I'm gonna leave them out on the counter to defrost a little bit while my pork chops are cooking. So let me show you what I'm gonna put on the pork chops. P.S. Just kidding. You're supposed to bake them frozen. So I put them back in the freezer. For the topping on the pork chops, this is a Memphis-Style barbecue seasoning. We get this from the Dollar Tree, and it's 0 carbs for a 1/4 teaspoon. I know there is more than 0 carbs in this if you use too much of it, but I'm just gonna use a little bit. I'm also gonna add a little bit of olive oil. Let me show you. Okay, I've got my pork chops here. My oven is set to 350 degrees. What I like to do with pork is I will drizzle a little bit of olive oil all over it. Then I flip them over a couple of times so they are nice and coated with the olive oil, and then I add the seasoning. Pork chops can be a little bit dry if you don't give them a little bit of an oil or a butter, so this is just the way that I've always done it. Next, I am going to lightly sprinkle a little bit of this Memphis barbecue seasoning right on top. Like I said, don't go crazy with it. I'm going to be adding sugar-free barbecue sauce to it when I top my pizza. But with barbecue seasonings, a little goes a long way. And like I said, you can find this at the Dollar Tree, so we love that. I'll tell you, a mother's love has no bounds. Lincoln insisted on baking a huge batch of funfetti cupcakes yesterday, and he loves to bake, so I made him, well actually he made these beautiful funfetti cupcakes from start to finish, and he was very involved and very proud. But that means that I have this massive batch of funfetti cupcakes just sitting in my house. I haven't had one. I'm being super strong, but it's tough. That's one of my most favorite desserts. Of all the things that I love to cook and bake of the non-keto variety, a box of funfetti cupcake is a huge trigger for me. So if you're feeling triggered, I can relate. I'm not gonna do it. Not gonna do it. Okay guys, my little pork tenderloins here were in for about 27 minutes. That timing may vary depending on the thickness of your pork, but they look perfect and they smell delicious. Okay, new plan. There's actually 2 crusts in each package, and I didn't realize this when I was looking at them before, but each different flavor has different baking instructions. So they have different times, different temperatures. Some you bake topped, some you bake without any toppings. So I don't want to make this too complicated, so I'm just gonna go ahead and bake up 2 of the cauliflower crusts. This is one of the ones that it actually suggests cooking before you top it. So I'm gonna throw it into a 375-degree oven for about 12 minutes, or until desired level of crispiness. Then I'm gonna throw the toppings on and put it under the broiler for a couple of minutes. So like I said, this is my first rodeo with these. I have not made them before, so I'm very excited to try them. I will tell you, I do not normally care for cauliflower crust, but they're becoming very popular as keto becomes more popular, and I'm excited to give these a try and see if I could fit them into my regular, sorry, there's kids running, fit them into my regular keto life. So I'm putting these on parchment paper on a cookie sheet, and I'm gonna show you guys what they look like. Then I'm gonna bake them for about 10 to 12 minutes each, and I will top them, and I'll show you what I'm gonna put on them. Frozen still, going in 375 for about 10 to 12 minutes. Okay, here are my super simple pizza toppings. As my sauce, I'm going to be using my Alterna Sweets barbecue sauce, which is my absolute favorite. I went ahead and I diced up my pork into nice little strips here, and then I have a huge pile of Monterey Jack cheese. I wanted to show you guys the label and hopefully you can read it. This one's super interesting that I chose because it says it's a cauliflower dessert crust. So this actually has a little bit of monk fruit in the crust. You could use it for a dessert, but the reason that I'm not is because I think it being a little sweet, it's gonna be great with barbecue sauce, and pork always does well with a little bit of sweetness added to it. So I wanted you guys to get to see the label and the company so you can hopefully get a peek at the macros. It's only 3 net carbs for the entire pizza. The crust. I'm excited. Okay, these were in the oven for about 10 minutes. Now, I'm going to add some barbecue sauce to each one, some pork, and some Monterey Jack cheese. They're nice and kind of crispy, so I don't want to overdo the baking time. I would say that I'm really just gonna put it under the heat until the cheese is melted and the pork is rewarmed. I don't want to overdo it. You can see this one's split a little bit. I don't really know why, but I'm sure it's still gonna taste delicious. Okay, so barbecue sauce. Then I like to do a little bit of cheese. I did a fine shred cheese this time, which I'm kind of regretting, but I'm sure it will still taste great. Then I'm just gonna pile on some of my little pork strips here. And then I will end up putting a little bit more cheese right on top of this. And then we'll heat them up. Okay, now back in the oven just till the cheese is melted and the pork is heated through again. Nom, 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 nom. They look and smell amazing. Also, while those cool, this is a little off topic, but I've never thought to do this before. I'm gonna start food prepping little pork sticks as snacks because these are delicious. They're firm and they'd be really good dunked into a dip. Like, what a nice alternative to chicken. Okay, here she is. It's taste test time. I am going to taste this for you guys really quick and then I'm gonna go eat dinner. I've got laundry going, dishwasher going. I'm trying to get as much done as I possibly can. All right, down the hatch. It's a little floppy. I probably could have cooked it a little bit longer. Okay, these are awesome. I was honestly expecting not to like this, so I'm pleasantly surprised. Holds up way better than trying to do a low-carb tortilla as a pizza as well, and obviously this is so much easier than making fathead dough. You could top this with anything. Wow. Okay, they're super delicious. I will leave a link to kbosh foods down below. I would definitely say that they're Ketoginja approved. I would buy these in a heartbeat, and I can't wait to try the other flavors. Give them a try. I don't know how much they cost. I don't know if they're super expensive, but for a convenience food on keto that has really good ingredients, I'm willing to spend the extra money. I hope you guys have the best night ever. Thank you for being here with us. And if you're new here, I really hope that you are making some of our recipes. We've worked really hard on a lot of them, and we really try to make things that everyone will like, even non-keto family members. So have the best night ever, and we will see you guys super soon.